Those documentaries where they were like interviewing Bill Romanowski, and he's just like, I'm just getting piles, and I just find fingers.
Yeah.
Break them.
He intentionally, when he played for the Raiders, tried to injure Shannon Sharp, who was his former teammate. I mean, this is like what he would do. He just...
All right, Mike, we have to talk about the former Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens.
It is.
I don't want to talk about
it. I'm just going to say this. The statute of limitations for referring to them as the former Cleveland Browns has elapsed. They now have way too many Super Bowl wins and way too many AFC Championship appearances. How many do you guys have? Exactly.
We got Tim Couch.
We got
Death Star.
Couch.
We got Death Star.
The blood is still bad. Dirk is confirming it. The bad blood runs all the way to Cheyenne, Wyoming from the Cleveland Browns 1994-95 exit. But Dirk, going on to Baltimore, yes, a team that disappointingly lost in the AFC Championship this year. Seemed to be on the fringes, but as you know...
I'm going to say there are two team needs, and this is going to be wild. For a team as offensively dominated as they are, running back, wide receiver. They need running back, wide receiver, and they also need help at the offensive line position. How can you say this?
Yeah.
But let's be honest, okay? Odell Beckham Jr., although he played pretty well as a free agent coming in, I still think that's a team need for him. Running back, holy cow. Can you talk about like some of the worst luck that any team can have? J.K. Dobbins, Achilles tear. What was it, like the second play of the first game or something like that? It was wild. Anyways, those are the two biggest needs. And what a snooze first round draft pick yet again for the like, if you're a Ravens fan, I'm sorry, but there's nothing less exciting than seeing you take like a wide receiver at like the 30th pick, the 28th pick of the first round. I find those like, whatever. It's just, it doesn't really like, I don't know. Just doesn't feel right, Mike.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting situation, though, Dirk, because if you're that far down in the first round, once again, as we've talked about, offensive talent is flying off the board in this one. It's possible you're picking 30, but still getting like a top 7 or 8 defensive prospect that late in the draft. And for Baltimore, it could be a situation where the rich get richer if you're drafting the best available guy.
Yeah.
I do see the temptation to do it.
Here's the real question.
Yeah.
What are the chances Baltimore is willing to move up in the draft, specifically to what I think is the number 4 position, to get the best wide receiver, the best person in the draft? What are the chances they move up and try and get Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Almost zero. They'd have to give up way too much. I mean, Arizona is pretty much in on that pick, I think, unless someone gives them like a king's ransom. I don't foresee someone making that move. If so, they're going to have to give up too much, and Baltimore just has never built that way. I think it's possible you see them move up, but I don't foresee moving up that high.
No.
It's fun to think about. I think you're right, though. Like, the reason you go back and watch the tape of the AFC Championship game, they're just lacking one weapon on that team. And injuries did play a role, like you said. But, yeah, Baltimore probably should have been a Super Bowl team this year and just did not quite have the weapon to help Jackson stretch the field against a very good Chiefs defense. So, yeah, I think you're right. Baltimore probably needs to go for a wide receiver, but if defensive talent is there and you've got top 10 value, got to take it, and that defense is just going to get nastier.